first one, and this one is hot off the presses. This happened today, to my understanding. The U.S. Patent Office revokes Nintendo's patent on summoning characters to make them battle. Did y'all hear about this?
No.
I did not.
Did you hear about them trying to patent that like last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like they tried to patent it, and then the U.S. Patent and Trade Office has rejected all 26 claims in the patent, completely revoking it. This is a non-final decision. Important to note, Nintendo now has 2 months to respond, or longer if it asks for an extension, and there can be an appeal made to the Federal Circuit if it doesn't agree with the decision. So this isn't the end of things, but it's a good first step. This was always horseshit from the jump. I mean, Pokemon is not the first game to use like monster battling, like catching mechanics by any stretch of the imagination, and it's such like a basic thing that you can do so much other stuff with that it's nonsense that this was even a consideration in the first place, to be honest.
I don't like when gaming companies want to abuse the patent system, because what I want to say is patents aren't a terrible thing. I think some gaming companies should patent things to protect the use case for other game development teams to use those practices like whenever, right? But in this scenario, like Pokemon is literally trying to patent a summoning use case mechanic in a game, and like it wasn't specific with like a ball to capture a creature as well.
I don't know if it was a ball. My understanding was it was very broad. It was like you use an item to restrain a monster or creature of some kind, and then you use that item to release them to fight under your control against another creature. It was like a very basic.
Yeah. Okay. But to gatekeep this game mechanic so other people can't use it or apply it is, I don't know. Like it doesn't feel like it's just crazy to like why restrict creative use, I guess. Like it's so wild to own a creative use thing. Like yes, they were the first to do this, but like you were saying, Pokemon's not the only company to apply this to their games.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is they weren't even the first. I mean, like Shin Megami Tensei, the series that like would go on to become Persona, there were NES titles in that series, and you would recruit demons that had elemental affinities and learn different elemental abilities that were strong or weak against each other, and you would recruit them to battle for you. You know, that's the same type of business. I believe the first Dragon Quest Monsters game, maybe, I don't know if it came out before or not, but like there's other examples of like series that have done this, and like each of them finds ways to put their own unique spin on it and like make it, I don't know. I think you should be able to trademark Pikachu, but you should not be able to trademark the RPG combat battle system as nonsense.
Yeah,
It's just ridiculous.
It's a very monopolistic like attempt. Honestly.
Yeah. Like for example, I mean, fact check me on this, but I believe Bandai Namco has the patent for interactable loading screens.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right about that. I don't even need to look that up.
So only Bandai like I didn't even know that was a thing at all. Like when I played Budokai 2 and you could spin the little man around on the load screen, I was like, oh, I've never seen this before in a video game ever. Why don't every other company do this? Oh, it's because they own the patent to do so.
They legally can't. That's why. Yeah.
Just like Warner Bros. Has the revenge system for Shadow of Mordor.
Yep. And it sucks. I think the bar, in my opinion, the bar to trademark a like gameplay mechanic should literally be almost feasibly impossible. Like you would have to do such a specific way of interacting with it. Like because you can't trademark like an RPG system, right? That's anybody can make a game with stats and turn-based combat, whatever. But you could maybe convince me of like, all right, we have a system called this, and we use it like maybe, but even that, it's just mechanical stuff. That is so like creatively restricting on the industry. It's just bad. Like, me and Big Henny were on the phone earlier today before the podcast, and we were talking about this like Yu-Gi-Oh fan game that Jab, and I think you would also talk to him about. That looks like really interesting. Yeah. But we were talking about like, man, as people come along, fans like make this cool stuff, and then Big Daddy Nintendo or Konami or whoever, they just have the power to come in and like shit all over this, and it's like, why is that the response? I get why the response is they want to make money. They don't want people playing a Yu-Gi-Oh game that's not a Yu-Gi-Oh game. But you have millions of dollars and thousands of employees who could be put to task to make a great Yu-Gi-Oh game or a great Pokemon game or a great whatever, to get people to spend that money and to play that game and to invest in your product like with that attention. And the fact that like somebody's coming in, and the fact that the market is wanting this Yu-Gi-Oh fan game or whatever the thing is not an indictment on them or on but it's an indictment on you, because you haven't made the thing to satisfy the customer, and you're a business. That's your number one responsibility. If you're dropping the ball on that, ain't nobody to blame but yourself. And so like this, to me, it's some snake behavior to try and patent shit just to like, it's like, make a good game. You can't be patenting, trying to keep other people from making a damn game to keep your competition, skewed in your advantage. Just make a good fucking game, bro. That's what it's all about.
Because with that fan service game, I've played Yu-Gi-Oh maybe twice in my life. And I'm playing that game when it comes out for beta testing. Like, that's how fun this game looks. Yeah, I mean, open world MMO, not MMO, but like it's like huge lobbies that you can just run around town with, see people battling on the streets, customize your character, customize your bikes and your vehicles that you could drive around the city. Like, it looks crazy. Individual assets built into every card that's played. That like projects a little character of the card, and there's attack animations and like the game is crazy looking for just one guy outsourcing a bunch of people to like do designs and asset work for him, and he just puts it all together once he does that. I'm excited to see what it looks like. But yeah, Jabin, you remember when we were watching that video together? What were your thoughts on that game?
I mean, I think the game looks really sick. I've always enjoyed Yu-Gi-Oh. I like Yu-Gi-Oh. I suck at the card game though. But I mean, something like that came out and it was fun and had like reason to play it and stuff. Like I definitely would take the chance to learn the game and probably play through that medium, because it is just a really cool concept, and it's much more like the show than any Yu-Gi-Oh game has ever been, honestly. So
okay. Yeah, because I never watched the show either. So throwing that.
You never watched the Yu-Gi-Oh anime?
Baptist
Dude,
household.
Shit out of. That's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah,
those scary demon creatures.
Yep, they got demons in that cardboard. You can't have that in the house.
Because, bro, like, I had the Save Session Boys on my stream like 2 weeks ago. One of those guys was my brother's buddy when we were kids. My brother had a birthday party and he got a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards for his birthday that year. And my mom was like, nah, get this demon shit out of my house. Then I saw TJ's face light up because he's like, oh, I got all these cards now. I'm like, rip Adam. That sucks. There's like, I mean, do you know a good example of a use case with a patent to like protect something?
I mean, I think patenting hardware, there's something there. I mean, I'm pretty low on like I'm a very, I think like, fair use for like, parody laws and for like making like if I've got like, bro, there's no reason if I've got 8 seconds of your song because it fits like the, situation in the video I'm making, like that I should have all of my ability to make money from it removed from me because I have 8 seconds here. So that's nonsense. Like I think a lot of like patent law in general I'm against. I think it's like I think what patents sort of aim to protect is like it's like a symptom of a larger issue rather than like an actual like solution to a problem. But that being said, like yeah, I can imagine like certain things that like somebody could like reasonably have an idea for some kind of system or something in their game that like did not restrict other people's ability to like make games in the same genre, but like protected the integrity of their franchise or whatever that they had made. I could absolutely see a case where that occurred. It's just not what we're seeing with this Pokemon thing. It's like it's taken like because if they wanted to be like we are patenting Pokeballs, yeah, absolutely. Like you made up with that shit like a little orb, with the different colored design that like scoops the creature up and digitizes it and puts it in there or whatever. Perfect. Yeah, you got it. That's yours. Go hog wild. But like to try and take it back to like where a game like I mentioned Persona earlier, where like now we're talking like if you use a tarot card to summon a creature, like you do in Persona 4. Well, is that too close? Like that, there should be no room for discussion. Those games are, besides the very surface level thing of they both have a creature collecting kind of component to them, those games couldn't be further apart. There's no idea stealing or like, infringement to be seen. And so I think the courts definitely made the right decision on this one. Let's just hope that, as those next steps come, like I said, it's not over yet. There's still appeals and stuff that can happen, but let's just hope that it keeps on going that way.
Got you.
Nintendo's so upset that Pal World still exists, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bro, they're so upset they damn near turned the starters from Gen 10 into pals themselves. That shit looks straight out of Pal World, bro. I can't believe it. I saw that. I was like, this is unreal. This is a mod for Pal World somebody made.
One of the starters is literally just a red Pomeranian. It's a dog. Straight up. Like, I don't know. Like, it's not really...
Well, and that's the most original one of them. That's the thing about it to me, is that that's the most original one out of them, because the others... We've literally had a grass bird starter before. We've literally had, like, like an emotional water lizard starter before. We've had those things before.
Yeah.
In starter Pokemon in very recent generations, in 7 and 8 specifically. So, yeah, these little freaks, I just couldn't believe it when I saw them. Couldn't believe it.